Starry-eyed rumblings.
I look at the interface and find the part of the interface that I believe acts as a way to alert the person inside that I am outside and I want to get inside. I press it. Nothing happens. No lights illuminate. I try again, but still no signs that it has registered that I'm even touching the interface. But I try anyway. I announce myself. But still nothing. I tap it a few more times. Ah! And voila! The door cycles open, and I can hear a soft dinging sound that corresponds directly to my furiously tapping finger on the interface. I stop furiously tapping. The dinging stops. Looking at the bright side of my noisy entrance, I now have an opening topic. We can discuss the broken interface. I'm prepared to do just that as I walk into the Chief Extraterrestrial Operator's office. Oh, his name's Ike, by the way, and he looks like hair. Right now all I can see is the top of his head. He's currently looking down at his desk screen, which gives me the opportunity to look at the rest of his office, which is empty. Mostly empty, pretty much just his desk, which also acts as a screen, and then 3 walls, which also act as screen interfaces. Other than that, there's nothing in here apart from me and him. Not many conversation starters to be found in the decor. Luckily, I already have my conversation starter, the broken interface. I open my mouth to make my introductions. Alas, I'm foiled. It is at this very moment Ike looks up. And indeed, he looks like a mean bean. Okay, wait, whoa, that was a snap judgment. Let's not do that. Let's rewind. He looks like a person that is very much into their work, and outside of work is very much into working out. In great physical condition, and looks very sharp. He looks me up and down, reaches to the side, grabs a file, and holds it out to me, with nothing said. Not a talker then. Good job in all, we had only one conversation starter. But I decide to break the silence anyway because it's making me a little nervous. Appreciate it, CEO. Looking forward to tasting what you've got cooked up for me. This elicits no response. Regardless of the slightly uncomfortable silence in the room, my excitement cannot be held in as I reach out and take the file. Within these pages lies my destiny. I gave quite a broad picture of things that I would be interested in and think would be a good use of my skills, should I say. Technology, electronics, that will be a new skill that I would have to gain. Maybe even something in the society or something social. Imagine it. Hermit turned socialite. Undoubtedly it would be a grueling and enlightening challenge. With no indication from Ike to either open the file, leave, or stay, or say something, I decide that I'll open the file. I open the file. Engineering, yes! I know absolutely nothing about engineering. This is perfect. Imagine all the new engineering stuff that I can learn and put my mind to. This is gonna be glorious. And as I take a gander at the rest of the file, I see a quite friendly and competent and engineering looking lady that is probably going to be my mentor. Her name is Engi? I've already got a conversation starter. How to pronounce her name correctly. For now, we'll call her E. And I also happen to notice that E has a big red cross through her profile picture, which perhaps means that she has been fired. That to me sounds like a reasonable assumption to make, except for the word at the bottom of the profile picture, also in red. That's a murder case. Find the killer before they become a serial killer, preferably. That was Ike, and I look up to see their hair, but they are back to typing away on their desk screen. And they don't seem to take any more notice of me standing here in the middle of their office, which is a good thing, as it affords me 2 minutes to consider what I am going to say next. And after those 2 minutes, I come up with nothing. However, in that 2 minutes, Ike hasn't looked up once or acknowledged that I'm still standing here, so I take the liberty of taking another minute or so to continue thinking and come up with the following. Right then, CEO, before I crack on with this case, do you think, or would you say that I am the best person for a murder case, given my lack of previous murder case experience, or detective work, or police work? I do feel a little bit guilty here, as I have kind of self-enrolled myself into a department that doesn't hold any authority or any official authority. However, this kind of stuff probably would fall in the scope of that department, new and untested as it might be. Either way, Ike currently has his hand outstretched once more, seemingly to be beckoning for the folder. With said hand, and with the other hand and his face still turned towards his desk screen, is working away. Without looking up, he says, Humus Estate is working at below the bare minimum crew required. Everyone else is engaged in critical tasks. You are the only one that is doing nothing. If you want to go back to doing nothing, then don't waste my time. Oof! Brutal, critical. You went for the jugular. He's still not looked up though. But once again, that's a good thing, as it gives me time to think, and I spend the next 2 minutes pondering. I am not sure what is the right thing to do here. On one hand, yes, I did say that I'm pretty much open to do any tasks that need to be done. On the other hand, I am not sure I am the qualified person to take on a murder investigation. And on the third hand, as I mentioned earlier, I don't have any official authority. What am I supposed to do? Go up to this murderer and say, hi, nice to meet you. Oh, you know that nice engineering lady called E that you murdered? Yeah, shouldn't have done that. I'm here to take you in. So if you could follow me to the CEO's office, there you will probably undergo a trial of some sort and then be incarcerated if you are guilty. Right this way, sir, madam, please. When these ponderings finish, I notice that Ike really does work out. His hand is still outstretched, and it has been there for the 2-3 minutes that I've been standing here pondering, and it's not shaking one bit, and it hasn't moved all that much. Also, I know I keep mentioning it, but he still hasn't looked up and he's still working away with the other hand on his desk screen. That's some serious focus. I'm impressed. Anyway, I've made my decision. I pull out my black iron badge and flash it open. CEO Ike, as a member of the LAPD, I make this vow. At the mention of his name, Ike does turn his head up to face me, and also to interrupt me. Rude. Who the hell are the LAPD? He says this with the slightest bit of confusion in his face, but before I can answer, he continues. Get the job done, then return. Okay, this is the difficulty right here. This is the hard part of being a member of the LAPD. It is hard to know where to draw the line between doing the right thing and letting people get away with behaviors and attitudes that perhaps shouldn't be. On the one hand, it shouldn't really affect me. He's not being mega rude, if we can put a scale on such things, but he hasn't exactly been friendly or kind, given that I'm offering my services, my time, but then again, I'm not doing it for some sort of a gratification or a thank you, so I decide to ponder this later and walk out the door. Alright, stepping out the door, I feel a lot better. I know what I'm supposed to do, and my duty is to find this murderer, hopefully not get killed in the process, and bring them to justice. I flip open my black iron badge and look down at it, and I swear my vow. I'll find this murderer and bring them to justice. Preferably before, as Ike said, before they become a serial killer. You are looking for the murderer of the engineer. Ah! I didn't say that! Who'd that be?